Okay, so I have a microphone now because my daughter was complaining that I'm whispering in my videos. Okay, so I got the microphone. Okay. All right. So maybe you can hear me better. Now, this video is about dream downloads that I received. So it's going to be some messages here. It's not to offend anybody. It's just to give awareness and information. So to start off, the first message that I have is about a little boy. Now, something going on with this little boy. He has some type of, I'm going to say, for lack of better terms, a chemical imbalance. Now, this chemical imbalance is something that's going on within the bloodline. So it's in his blood, in his DNA, right? It could be things like he's having like certain like outbursts, anger management issues. And I'm just seeing a father being very, not strict, but yeah, he's strict, but he's frustrated. So what can he do in regards to his child with this anger issue, this chemical outburst? So I go to ChatGPT, and it's saying that dealing with a child with intense outbursts and anger issues is incredibly taxing for any parent. But understand that there may be a biological or chemical component can help shift the perspective from discipline to support. So you could be getting frustrated with this child and you're trying to discipline them, but you know, it's something else going on here. So in medical terms, what is often called a chemical imbalance is usually refers to how neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, or norepinephrine regulate mood and impulse control. So practical steps that you can take as a parent while you're waiting for professional intervention, you can implement strategies to manage the environment and the child's emotional state. So first you need to identify his triggers, his or her triggers. You need to keep a log of when his outbursts occur. And is it related to hunger, exhaustion, transitions between activities, or specific sensory inputs? So you need to write all of this down, okay? You need to establish the predictability. So children struggling with internal regulation often thrive on strict routines. And I did just mention strict, right? They thrive on strict routines. So visual schedules can help reduce the anxiety that leads to anger. Because I'm seeing this kid, he's like getting upset. He's just taking a hamburger and ripping through it. And the parent is trying to understand, like, why is he doing this? Like, why is he tripping? Okay. So, also de-escalation techniques. So when your child has an outburst, right? He begins an outburst, prioritize safety and calmness. Use a low arousal approach. Speak in a quiet, neutral voice and avoid power struggles until the child has regulated, okay? So that's another thing that may help you. Also, teach emotional vocabulary. So help the child identify the physical signs of anger, like tight fists, hot face before they reach a boiling point. Okay. As far as medical treatment and prescriptions, doctors typically do not prescribe medication as a first or standalone step. So they usually begin with a comprehensive evaluation to see if the outbursts are linked to conditions like ADHD, disruptive mood, dysregulation disorder, DMDD, or anxiety. I've never heard of DMDD. It's disruptive mood dysregulation disorder is what it's called. Depending on the diagnosis, a doctor or psychiatrist might suggest the following categories or treatment. So they may suggest that you get behavioral therapies. That's often their first line of defense. So therapy, behavior therapy, parent-child interaction therapy. So it coaches parents in real time on how to respond to difficult behaviors. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really helpful. Okay. Cognitive behavioral therapy also. It helps older children recognize thought patterns that lead to rage, anger. Also, common medications. If therapy alone just isn't enough, and the doctors may prescribe medications to help balance brain chemistry, they may use stimulants like Ritalin, Adderall as examples, especially if the root cause of the chemical imbalance with this child is like ADHD, right? Yeah, it helps with frustration tolerance. Let's see, anything else? Codeine, which helps with emotional regulation and reining in the fight or flight response. So it's called guanfacine or clonidine. Don't quote me. Okay, so I'm just giving you some examples of what could help. I am not a doctor. Please consult a therapist and a primary care physician. That is their specialty. I am just the messenger. Okay, just the messenger, just trying to help you out. So that is one of the things that I have here today. And we're going to go on to the second message that I have, which is IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Okay, so the second message that I have is called irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. So I'm seeing that there's a masculine that is dealing with this. Now, this is not to put shame. This is just to give out information, okay? Just to give out information. Don't want you getting upset with me because I'm saying this stuff. And I hope the images that I'm going to use is going to help you, okay? This is for entertainment purposes only, okay? So IBS is a common disorder that affects the stomach and intestines because symptoms can vary significantly from person to person. Wait, let me do this over. Because symptoms can vary significantly from person to person. Management usually involves a combination of dietary adjustments, lifestyle changes, and sometimes medication. So some of the symptoms that you may come across when dealing with IBS is abdominal pain or cramping, often related to your bowel movements. You can have bloating and gas. It's a frequent feeling of fullness or swelling in the abdomen. This isn't just for a man. This could be for a woman too. But I'm picking up specifically a man in this one here. Also, changes in the bowel habits. This can include diarrhea, constipation, or alternating between both. So, management strategies. First of all, you need to intake fiber. Okay? Increasing soluble fiber like oats can help some, while others may need to reduce insoluble fiber like whole wheat if it triggers gas. So it may be good for some people to eat oats, and it may not be good for some others if it's causing gas, okay? Ooh, my ear's starting to ring. Oh, Lord. Okay, so the low FODMAP diet. This involves temporarily reducing specific carbohydrates that are difficult for the gut to absorb. So you need to also identify triggers. Common culprits could include caffeine, spicy foods, or carbonated beverages. Also, your lifestyle and wellness, you need to check that too. Stress management. Since the gut and the brain are closely linked, practices like yoga, meditation, or light exercise can reduce flare-ups. I know a lot of men may not be into the stretching and the yoga and the meditating, but you need to get into it. Okay. Hydration, very important. Drinking plenty of water is essential, especially if constipation is a primary symptom. Okay, probiotics could help. Some people find relief by introducing good bacteria through supplements or fermented foods. In any information I'm speaking about, I'm going to go back and research and read this for myself because this could help all of us, right? Let's see, medical consultations. A doctor or gastroenterologist may suggest specific treatments based on irritable bowel syndrome. So they may suggest antipasmodic. What is that? Pasmodox. Oh Lord have mercy. Whatever this anti thing is to help reduce abdominal cramping. So it's like a peptide. I don't know. Laxatives or antidiarrheals to regulate bowel frequency, low dose antidepressants. Sometimes used not for mood, but to inhibit the activity of neurons that control the gut. So you may think, oh, it's an antidepressant. I'm not depressed. But it can regulate the mood of your gut because once again, your brain and your stomach is connected. And if you look at images of the stomach, you can also see that your stomach looks just like your brain. Crazy, right? Okay, so that is the message for irritable bowel syndrome. Sorry, I could not pronounce some of those words. It was kind of difficult. Antipasmodics is how it's pronounced. Don't get me started. Okay. What else? I think I have another image to speak about. Oh, yes. This will be message 3. So I'm also picking up on another situation with a masculine. This one is not medical. Or it could be. But this masculine, he has literally a plunger, a toilet plunger in his hand, talking to me in the dream state. This is what's going on, okay? Telling you about these dreams. He's basically, and I'm seeing who this person is, but I'm never going to use names or out people business like that. I'm just going to out the business without seeing who it is. But he's in a dream state and he's like, oh my God, my toilet is clogged. And I'm like, well, why do you keep putting all this tissue in the freaking toilet? It's obviously going to clog it. Why don't you take some of that tissue and just throw it in the garbage? He's like, oh, yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, why would you clog up the toilet with all that tissue? Sir, you know who you are. Stop clogging up that toilet. Put your damn tissue in the garbage can. Okay, get a plastic bag, something. So he hops on his little scooter, starts scooting away, and he's going to go take the plunger and plunge his toilet now. Why is this my business? I don't know. Hopefully it helps. Okay, another part of the dream visions. This is number 4 of the message. So I should have had this as number 1. In this one, it's just, I'm just seeing some individuals cross my threshold in the dream vision. These men are like Hebrew men. It's like a few of them coming through and they're saying salute, shalom, salute, shalom, salute, shalom. That's what they keep repeating. So me researching salute shalom is Hebrew language. It's Hebrew language meaning hello and goodbye. So they're speaking as they're coming through my threshold, coming through my door. So the word shalom is primarily means peace. So they come with peace. It also encompasses concepts of completeness, well-being, and harmony. Oh, so they come to greet me and bring me peace. It's also a versatile greeting meaning both hello and goodbye. So the Jewish communities is saying Hebrew speaking cultures worldwide use this shalom as a greeting or hello, goodbye. Okay. Yeah. So they're saying peace be upon you. And they're coming through my threshold saying this to me. So black Jewish man. Okay. That was another dream message that I got this morning. So thank you. Salute. Shalom. Salute. Shalom. And my ear keeps ringing like freaking crazy. Oh my God. As I'm talking. Okay, this will be message number, what, 5 or 6? But this one is about home ownership. If you're thinking of home ownership, home ownership. I say home ownership. I think I said home ownership. Look, I ain't off no coffee or nothing. This just burst of energy this morning. Okay. Anyway, girl. Okay, concentrate. Okay, so if you plan on home ownership, don't say shit again. Home ownership. Is this still recording? My phone just said something. I hope it's still recording. If not, I'll go back over it. Someone, a female, I'm just seeing her. She's definitely doing a lot of research, filling out paperwork forms. There's a message that in the future, this is something that you will be doing. Home ownership will be in your future. But just know, I'm seeing there may be an instance of maybe the first time or somewhere at the beginning, you may not get approved for something, but you do the next time. It's something like that. Like you may experience times where things don't go the way you want, or you're not approved, or it doesn't go through, but there will be another time that it will work out. So don't give up just based off the first no or the first failure or whatever. That's the message. Okay. Keep going with that because it is going to work out eventually at some point. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I gotta go soon because I have an appointment coming up. So I'll be leaving out shortly in a second. But I apologize if you can't hear me. That's why I'm going to start using this microphone more often. I've had this microphone for a couple years now. I just stopped using it. And the reason why I was whispering on certain videos is because it be early in the morning. And a lot of, everybody in my house be asleep. So I be trying not to disturb them and I'm whispering and shh. So that's why that's happening. Yeah. So excuse me for that. All right, we're going to go to the next message if I have one. If not, let's see. Hold on one second.